BlackBerry Winter. I
Mhm.
watched it. Absolutely compelling.
Thank you.
Great acting, the cinematography. We'll get to all of that much later. You wrote, produced, and starred in this short film. Without giving too much away, can you share what inspired the emotional core of the film, and what was the moment or feeling that sparked the story?
Unfortunately, I had a cheating boyfriend. That is, life sometimes.
You have always known what you wanted way before me. You don't have to sacrifice what you love in order to have love.
Thank you so much.
You say that you're sober now. We know this ain't over now. 'Cause I know you can't live without your whiskey and weed. That's why you calling me.
Did you compartmentalize that experience prior to writing it, and you felt like you've created enough buffer to not get caught up in that emotion from the past so
You
that you can write
know,
this film?
I have a strong therapist. My therapy bill is strong. And she and I have worked through so much of this. And honestly, it still shows up in areas of my life, which I think is okay. It reminds you that you're alive. But I'm at a place where a proper amount of healing has happened so that it doesn't like set me back or it doesn't trigger something negative in my spirit and my body. It was just like, remember when that thing happened? And I wanted to, instead of reliving the trauma of it, I really was focusing on reliving like how it at times paralyzed me, but then mobilized me. How I leaned on my friends, my sisters who like showed up with Ben and Jerry's and hamburgers and fries and talked me through it. How certain TV shows like reminded me that I wasn't alone and that other people had experienced similar events. And so it honestly wasn't even a compartmentalization. It was more of a like, I'm on the other side of this and I'm in a healthy place in my spirit and my heart. And I can just like tell the story that I think so many others will understand. And sometimes we just need to feel like we aren't alone. I talk about I think somebody calls it like the Toyota experience of like, you never see a Toyota on the street and then you buy a Toyota and then every car you see is a Toyota. And I felt like before I got cheated on, I didn't know anybody who had been cheated on. Like everyone was in these beautiful, wonderful relationships. And then as soon as I got cheated on, everybody was like, oh yeah, girl, he cheated. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. And I was like, my God, everybody's been cheated on. We just all walking around heartbroken. But I just find like community in that. It's an unfortunate community, but beautiful nonetheless because everyone has some kind of scar. Everyone has some kind of survival story. And to be on the other side of it, to be in a much better place, to be older, wiser, um, and to have even no ill will towards the man who broke my heart. Like I was in a better place. So the writing experience was kind of wonderful. I even went back and like read old text messages, old letters that he wrote because I'm also trying to write from a man's point of view and not write what women want to hear men say, but what men would actually say. So even reading his words and how he spoke and the words he chose, it was like, ooh, it was like a psychological experience. Remember that I'm still worthy of love, that good things will still happen to me, that I don't have to hold my breath in relationships. So like that's what was going through my mind. And between asking the question and going to therapy and asking more questions, that just felt like there will always be questions.
And,
Life
and,
will always be life, and there will always be stress. And we have the power to control how we react. That's
and that's
it.
that's exactly what I got out of that
Yeah.
brief therapy session
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that sometimes when you can't find answers to the questions, you typically start questioning yourself
Yeah.
because you're looking for not only outside validation just as a matter of being a human being, like you said earlier, but you're also looking for answers from other people, and they may not satisfy what you are going through internally because you could be washing dishes and all of a sudden those that trauma hits you random,
Oh my God.
those
You see
triggers.
somebody in a shirt that was the same color he had on when you confronted him. And now every time you see a blue shirt, you just want to run into traffic. It's crazy.
As you and I know, film is a collaborative endeavor. BlackBerry Winter was created with a stellar group of talent. Jason Hightower as the director, Arizona Dakota as the co-producer, Mike Cook as the cinematographer. What was the creative process like, especially in terms of bringing your personal life to the film?
So this is like, this whole process has kind of been in alignment with everything I do, which is like, I bring my whole team and my family and my community with me. Jason and I met at Howard. We went to college together. And I called him in 2017 for my first film. But I called him with a question, one question. I said, what are the three mistakes that most young filmmakers make on their first film? I didn't ask him anything else. And he was like, oh, why are you asking this? I was like, oh, I have an idea. I kind of want to get into short films. And I had this mouse. And at the end of like my spiel, he was like, no, we're producing this film. And I was like, so you weren't listening because I asked you for these three things. And he was like, no, no, no. You have an idea and you just need somebody who can put the pieces of the puzzle together. And he said, as a Black man, I want to be a part of helping Black women tell their stories. And he's like, oh, you know the story. You want to cast it. You want to do this, and I just want to help. And he walked me through everything from like, he was like, so first you got to write a treatment. I was like, what's a treatment? He walked me through that. He said, you need final draft. What is final draft? He gave me final draft. Like he gave me step-by-step instructions to get to my first award-winning short film that went to 25 film festivals and is an internationally acclaimed film. And so he really just listened to me. I said I wanted as Black of a crew as I could get, as many women in the room as I can get, and he fostered that environment. And so now here we are working on our second film together. We're working on a TV show. Like it has been so wonderful to have support because my degree is in theater. I know nothing about film. I know nothing about writing anything really. And he was like, yes, you do. You really do. You know how to, you're a storyteller in every aspect. And so to have someone listen to you, not try to take over, but just try to be there to offer support and lift you up. Like we're lifting as we climb, like we're lifting together. Arizona, Jason, we all went to Howard together. Mike Cook is from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. We've all known each other for years. And Issa Rae said this thing about like, whenever people are trying to create, they're always trying to like, they're imagining like I want to get Halle Berry. They're always like trying to reach up instead of reaching next to them. And like that's all I'm trying to do is like reach next to me. All of my brothers and sisters who we've been in the mud together.